You ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. How's that? Hello there. We've got Menty with us today, and we're looking at his 6's Prem demo because he's a world-class medic and a good man. Hello, Menty.
Hi.
Tell us who you are, quickly.
I'm playing medic. I'm playing for my team. We're playing Badlands. This is like a cup on the TF2, and
You're Prem?
we're going to the first net. Yeah.
And medic?
Yes.
There you go, then. Can you tell us what you're doing at the mid, then?
So here, I'm just being dumb. This is what actually quite a bad play, actually. But like,
why was it bad?
Essentially, the plan is like your roamer goes in, and then your demo, you go with your demo man. But my demo man was balcony, so I wasn't really sure what to do. So in that scenario, what you want to do is you want to stay behind your scout, but I just didn't find my demo man, so I didn't.
So the plan was to get behind your scout on mid, but that didn't happen. You died.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Here we have this ad. We want to try and like see if we can do something here, but
how do you know you've got ads?
Disadvantage.
Yeah, but how much do you know? Remember, trying to keep this as simple as possible for the most part.
It's basically because their med didn't die on the mid fight, and I did, so they'll obviously have Uber by the time we are in last. And because we were wiped, so like all of us died, there's no way for us, or almost no way for us to contest second, so we're basically stuck on last.
So what you're doing here, you're arrow building, is that because it's a lot faster than building with a medigun?
We're arrow building, like sort of arrow building, like just in case.
Because the enemy's got Uber.
Yeah, the enemies have Uber, but for some reason they decided not to push, take it slower, so we can get Uber and, you know, be safe just in case something happens.
Okay.
So now we're essentially forced to wait or try and create an opening so we can push.
What would be an opening then? What would you consider that?
For example, if we get a pick, and then we can go a bit more aggressive and see if we can follow up on that.
And you're sticking in the spawn because you don't want to die. I've seen some medics are not more sure where to stand. Are you sure this is a good space?
Exactly. This is exactly why I'm standing close to spawn, because if a soldier jumps, I can just go back to spawn. It can vary from how your team holds, but essentially you want to stay either on the stairs or close to spawn.
Alright then, fair enough. And that guy just basically suicided in and your sentry killed him. Is it always good to go engineer on last, or is it just like a random chance that you happen to have an engineer?
It's more like a play that we do. It's always good to have an engineer. Like, our sentry position is a bit weird.
You put it behind the point.
Yeah, exactly. But it's basically we play around it, so it's a strategy. You can put it top left, top right.
Does it block the point from back there?
It doesn't, but it blocks everything else around the point except main. So all we have to do is watch main, like, properly.
Okay, so this blocks people flanking from the bottom left and up top.
Exactly. And soon you'll see us not watching main, or like not doing it properly.
Why are they running the camera angler, by the way? Is it just basically it's just like some soldiers like it, some soldiers don't? It's
because it's got infinite ammo, so you don't have to go around scavenging for ammo boxes. And the only real downside to it, really, is that you can't kill sentries, but that's only if you're pushing last. So if we're holding last, so they won't have any sentries, so there's no reason not to use it, essentially.
Fair enough, then. And he's also using the battalions. Is that something you tend to do as a team, or is it just nation?
Wait,
is that nation?
No, that's tops.
Oh, okay then. That makes a lot more sense.
It stops having an alias as usual.
Okay.
But it's kind of going into meta right now to use battalions.
Yeah? Why's that?
Because it's really good for pushing, because you take 40% less damage essentially when you use it.
So it's like a free mini Uber.
Yeah, it's a free mini Uber, and you can't get headshot. Like, headshots do normal damage.
Yeah.
Because crits don't do normal damage, and
do you ever have the soldiers running it all the time, or is it only ever really on last pushes like this? Like they still tend to roll out with gunboats or shotgun. It's
usually when we have a stalemate. So here we don't really watch like top left / main, and they just cap the point because they got pain train and quickies on it. So
is that a change in pro? Does it cap faster?
No, it caps the same, but this is just like a more common strategy. Like you send someone on the point and put quickies around it, because they destroy your own stickies and serve as stickies and protect your guy on the point.
Hey, the cookie launcher gets rid of the stick. Is that how people get rid of the stickies on last then? They just put like one quickie on it?
Yeah.
Would you say that makes the cookie launcher like ridiculously good on pushing last?
It's good situational wise, but for everything else it's not really good. So here, like, I stay a bit more passive, and it kind of seems to be working out. The solid jumps. Yeah.
Have you won this mid then?
Yeah. we win this mid. My team does a fairly good job of protecting me, so I survive, albeit low. But we can definitely push second here because they
lost. And it's just that you backed out into the valley. Oh god. Did you have stickies in the rock?
Yeah, I had stickies in the rock. We didn't check, so I died. But it's not a big deal. Like,
is it worth pointing that out quickly? That there's some tiny rocks in the choke back there that on the ground you can put stickies inside of?
You have to look around in choke, and especially in choke. It's one of the like harder areas to like make sure everything's clear.
Yeah.
Here because I die, they try to contest, but my team's in a very good position, so they can deny people jumping.
Did their medic die mid?
Yeah, we both died, but since they have a medic, that means they have heal advantage. Because I didn't spawn yet, they try to contest, but they do it from a really, really poor location. Like, they jump into our players, so we can deny them, and we just go last with it, because they lost a lot of players.
Is there anything stopping you just from running through main here and capping the point?
We ran to main because we wanted to go there as fast as possible. Ideally, you'd want to go to top, because you get the high ground, and then you can, you know, send one guy in the point, and everyone else helps him. But we ran to main because we didn't want them to spawn. Like,
most of their players were still dead, so you could get on the point without dying to spam.
Yeah.
So, okay, go on.
They're like, yeah, but usually it's better to go top because you get the high ground, you have the advantage over them, you can just spam them from top.
Alright then. Also, it should be obvious, but you're running crossbow, Uber, and like Uber saw. Or,
yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason not to run those two primaries and melees, are there?
Exactly.
Okay.
So here, two people go with me, so there's not much we can do. So all we do here is try to go for their med. I don't think we get their med, but we do get decent amount of picks, so they can't really roll us anymore to last.
I've noticed people don't really seem to be holding second a lot. Is that how Badlands tends to be, or?
It's mostly really due to how the mids went. Because like if you get many picks on mids, and especially if your med survives, the enemy team has almost zero chance of holding second. So most teams just give up before they can even, you know.
You say second's quite hard to hold with less players, then you really want your full team to be able to push back on it.
It's not just second, it's in general really. Like if you lose two players and you have equal Ubers or something like that, you really don't wanna like contest because it's just gonna end in a car crash because they have more players.
Do you recommend backing out to get a lot more space then if you lose at mid?
Yeah, just back out to the next point so you can put a proper hold.
Oh, then. I'm noticing you're holding back here in, like, what do you call it, like trash or something?
Yeah, trash. Yeah. We're trying to spam them, because they walk into choke, so we're trying to spam them to make them use the Uber, since they have advantage.
You want them to use it as far back as possible?
Yeah, exactly. Here they drop their demo man, but they use... I should have been further back, but luckily I survived.
Both of your scouts on you there, rather than, like, any soldiers of the demo? Was that just something that happened, or was it something you tend to do?
Yeah, because... well, it's something good, because you can run at the same speed as scouts now.
When you heal them, yeah.
Yeah, also here, I hold the Uber at 1 HP because the scout comes behind me.
Oh my god. That's horrifying.
It's a lot of my playstyle that like I try to put trust in my team, as in I try to hold Ubers that any other medic a sane medic would probably pop.
They tend to pop it and not drop it, and you're just like...
I like to take the risk and hope that my team actually cleans them up before I have to use.
Yeah, I think that's the good idea then, because if you think in like the perfect scenario after you've practiced like a million seasons, theoretically you'd like never end up dropping Uber.
No, well, it doesn't get to that degree, but like...
Will it never happen? Is it just something you happen to do because you think it's...
Yeah, I like to trust my team and hope they kill. Like, of course, sometimes I will just drop and it's like whatever. But
if like a scout jumps in.
I feel like most of the times it works fine. Like here again, I'm on 3 HP, but I just don't, because I'm like, nah.
Like one splash damage rocket could have dropped you there.
Yeah, but I decided not to, because it's like, personally I don't think it's worth it to bring there. But of course, like you're not to blame. Like if you're playing medic and you use there, it's not your fault at all if you're like that low.
Okay.
But it's just a risk that you want to take, that you decide to take or not.
Were you not worried about holding around the train there? Because you were below 100 and there was a demo spamming. He could have really easily have dropped you, but he missed you with all his pipes.
If you hold behind the train, it usually can't happen, because if there's spam coming towards you, your players will catch it before you.
Okay.
But like, I mean, here I'm playing behind the train because I think it's cold, they have a sniper, and it's better to hold there. Just, you know, I'm literally standing still because he can't peek me unless he walks in choke, but my team has that covered.
Are you letting your team peek for you then? Because you're not getting any visual info here.
I'm not getting any visual info, so I'm relying on my team right now to get any calls.
Oh, then. 'Cause that's something I remember like lower tier medics always used to do, or me specifically whenever I played medic was like, I know that you can hold just using your ears, but I'd always want to just see it firsthand. And
yeah, it's something I
dying
used to
as a
do
result.
as well. Like, it's something I used to do as well a lot. Like, I wanted to see what's going on so I can make the call or whatever. But like at higher levels, you can't really do that. You're gonna die a lot of times by doing that. So you just don't wanna. You wanna rely on your team to get information for you.
I noticed that you're on counter sniper from mid to second. Is that something you typically do here?
Yeah, we rely on our sniper a lot. Lately, we've been trying to go with other strategies to break a stalemate, but back like this is beginning of August, we were still like pretty reliant on sniper opening up stalemates for us.
Okay, so is this do you find yourself having to hold this position quite a lot on Badlands?
Yeah, kind of. Like, if we can't resolve a stalemate, we usually just do this. We either...
You have been here for like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's gonna... I think it's gonna take another 2 minutes.
That's
like,
fair. Is there something you're waiting for? Are you
yeah,
waiting for something to push?
We're waiting for a sniper. Like, the playstyle of my team is very slow, so we wait for clear openings before we do anything. The scout's behind here, like, we clean him up, but again, because our sniper died, we can't like do anything because it's a 5v5. So we just wait again. Like, we just wait for a new opportunity.
What's the specific opportunity you're looking for? Is it just like you want like a 3-player advantage? You want their medic to die? You want their demo to die?
We want an important pick, so either demo or medic, or just advantage, like Uber advantage and such.
So if the medic were to drop, you'd use that as a really, really good advantage just to go push the choke.
Exactly, but like we want to take it, we try to take it slow as well. So like if their medic drops, you have either choice of just using through and killing all the remaining players that are there, or you can just try and walk slowly, not use your Uber, and use it for the next point.
Okay, I've noticed them getting way more aggressive now. Like they were sending a scout in, there's a soldier who came in.
Because they're trying to create occasions themselves, and we're always like missing a player because he dies or he goes for a sacrifice. So when you've got 5 or 6, it's not ideal to push, but you can always send in a counter sacrifice to try and, you know, get an opportunity. It doesn't cost you anything because
you only ever send one guy in at a time as a sac. Then do you never send more than one?
You have the opportunity to send 2, but it's very risky. But it can pay off.
If both your suicides died, then do you think they'd probably push and you'd lose the mid?
Probably. We get the demo here, so we're gonna try and push here.
Even though there's a sniper watching.
Yeah, basically our soldier jumps in and then the rest of the team follows up. I wait until the sniper is gone, like wait for the call, and then I cross. Our soldier dies here, but we still take the fight. I'm not sure how this goes in the end.
I'm noticing you're really not using your Uber or pushing quite forward here. Are you just hoping that it's going to be a more of attrition that your team wins, or?
Yeah, like you don't want to be the first one using Uber unless your team goes really low, such as now. Like I only use now because, well, I dropped the player, but it would have been even worse if I didn't use. Like we would have taken a lot more damage.
Because it was only one soldier that time, but did you think that you might have had more people around that would have just...
I judged it because like I saw him jumping and we didn't notice him like before he jumped, so we would have done a lot of damage to us. Okay. So here we like the trade was quite bad for us, so we just go back to mid. We get their medic, I think, and so everyone's suiciding for me from their team, but my team does really well in just killing everyone that's going for me.
So that meant that you now have a medic and also a player advantage because...
we have a lot of players and a big Uber advantage to go to last with.
Was that bad on their end, trying to suicide so many people in? Should they have stopped at one point, or...?
I personally think it's bad. There's some teams, like this team, that does it like quite often. It's not something they've done just now. So it's, again, like a player's choice. You can either, you know, try to sack your players to get the meds, so you don't have this advantage, or you just go back and try to force the next one. Yeah, we have Uber advantage, so you want to try and run a pyro to deny their Uber. Luckily, our players managed to clean up. We got 3 frags with the Uber, so it's gonna be like an easy point. Nice. Like here, it doesn't matter that I die because I used my Uber, I gave out my heals, so like I'm like not the most important person in my team. That's like my demo man and my scouts.
Oh, this is important. Do you have like a heal order on rollouts?
Yeah, I heal my demo man first to 60, and then I give a quick buff to my roamer before he jumps, so I still have crit heals. And then I usually switch between the scouts and the roamer.
Okay, so demo, roamer, and then after that it's a bit more wavy.
Yeah, scouts, roamer. Like, it depends if your roamer is going fast or not. So here it's the call to go quite aggressive. So I focus. Follow my classes. It's kind of unlucky that I die here, but like
most of your team's still alive, yeah.
Yeah, we clean up though. So I don't know if we can get the medic. No, I don't think we get the medic here. So like what my team usually does is if I die on mid, they all go for the medic.
Okay, because if you don't go for the medic, they're basically just backing out for nothing, and they've just wasted a lot of time. In that time, they could have bombed the medic and respawned.
Exactly. Or like if they back out, it's harder for them to get the medic when the other team's pushing second. So you wanna like immediately just go for him, because usually if someone manages to kill you, that means they've committed a player onto you, which means there's a player less protecting their medic, so you have an easier chance of killing their medic as well.
So if they're all jumping you think there's going to be less people on the medic, so they all jump you, it's more likely you're going to get their medic. And you're running heavy here and put the sentry up top left. Is that because you think they might try? Oh no, you moved the sentry.
It's because they have advantage. The sentry's getting moved on the lower again.
Okay, I thought you might have put it top left because you were worried the same thing would happen from last round, where they just pushed through left. No,
I think we learned that lesson already, so we still stick to our guns.
Do you find that stuff happening like often? Like even if they cap once one way, they don't tend to cap that way again because you tend to watch that area a lot more.
Yeah, unless like the team we're playing against is like vastly better than us, we usually like fix our mistakes during the game.
And I've noticed that they just lost a lot of players. You've still got a complete Uber. You didn't use it all there.
Yeah, because like if like they lost 3 in the push, so there's no way they're gonna win that push. So what they wanna do is like try to kill as many people as possible from us, so it's harder for us to push out.
You try not to use your Uber on last defense then, unless you have to.
Yeah, exactly. So now we can push onto mid with this Uber.
Yeah, you don't even have to capture second.
Yeah.
And you've tooted.
Yeah. So we want to use battalions here. So the plan is not to use here as well.
So using the battalions to make it so you can use your Uber later. You don't have to use it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we can take mid for free. But the problem here is that we're getting backcapped, so we have to go back here.
You have to. You can't just send a couple of players back. Your entire team has to go back.
Yeah, because like in this situation, yes, because we're not gonna stop the cap, so we're gonna send one player to chase the guy, and the rest of the team has to
Did you put there to avoid losing your soldier specifically?
Yeah, because it was the only person who was still around. So if I dropped him, that meant they would have had an even easier time forcing me, and my Uber would have been useless. Okay. While now, my Uber at least saved the guy.
So is it better there to use the Uber to defend your soldier than to like back off onto last?
Yeah, if you're alone, don't drop your player. Like if you're more... Here, like, my team does a good distraction, so I can run out to last and back spawn. So I just change hats and go into the previous spawn, so I'm safe.
Would you recommend having, like, a bind to switch between 2 identical loadouts so you can switch spawns?
Yeah, I have a bind for that. I just press, like, my numpad and I just switch loadouts, so I can back spawn faster.
Alright, I'll put something like that in the description. People might find that quite useful.
Yeah. So because I survived here, and I think their medic didn't, we decide to contest here because we have heals and they don't.
They double bombed and your scout killed both the soldiers. Would you think that was their decision there? Oh god, we need to get rid of red medic. He's got way too much Uber, but they lost both their soldiers, so you're gonna be able to push mid off of that.
It's I think the play itself wasn't bad, but it was just badly executed because they jumped into a scout, and that's not something you want to do often as a soldier because you just get denied.
Two soldiers can't beat one scout. Is that the level we're at?
No, it's more like the way they jumped. Like they jumped into a demo man and a scout fighting them. So like
they couldn't use their rockets on you, which is what they should have been doing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice surf.
Yeah, it's not the best surf, but like I try to hold it because it's just one soldier, so I don't want to use it for just one soldier.
Where's the ideal time to use it? Because that clearly wasn't ideal because a scout came through.
The ideal time to use it is if you have advantage and you want to go into them. So like the use I just did now was exactly because of that, because it was a call that they were really close.
But
so we just used the Uber. Yeah, they didn't have. So they were really close. That's really badly played by them. So I just used to go into them, and we get like 3 frags, and that's an easy last push for us.
Okay, so you think it was a bad idea because like they had 80 or something % Uber, you had 100%, but they were holding next to you. There was no reason for you not to just go and not drop the medic, but you know he was a high %. It's basically dropping.
Yeah.
I've seen you roll out Valley a lot here. Do people no longer go through the house?
it's like kind of common consensus now that rolling out Valley, you take less damage when you walk out.
Okay.
We decided to go right side this time, but it really didn't work out.
Oh, that was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
What would you have done if you would have pushed through there?
Essentially, what you want to do is like have a scout on your side, just being there, being a presence, and your soldiers both jump from the right side, and you and your demo walk over. Like the soldiers focus the demo, so he can't spam you in the demo when you walk to the shithouse.
Okay.
And yeah, then you just take their side.
So there is like you want both your soldiers and your combo to push through the same spot, and your scout just to stand back to show that you're there.
Yeah. They used to lower left, which is questionable decision, but yeah, and it doesn't really work out. It can work out, but I don't think they did it properly.
They pushed straight from mid to last as well because you couldn't drop their medic, so he had an Uber to come and do that.
Yeah. That's like the thing you want to be doing. Like if you lose everyone on mid, you want to just hold last. There's not much. Though. Yeah. There's not much you can do. Although I don't know if you push out here because we lost a lot of players. And
you do have 80% though.
Yeah, but like the thing is, this was like an official on TF2, so like my team plays safe a lot. So example, we're leading 3-1 right now, and it's 8 minutes left, and it's not a clear, like really clear advantage for us. We just decide to slow it down.
They could cap 3 times in the next 8 minutes relatively easily if you just slipped up a bunch.
Yeah, but like we were like quite confident by now on our holds, so we just decided not to.
So you think it's a better idea? It's basically parking the bus. You just want to hold last for as long as possible here.
Essentially, like we only push out if there's like a really big occasion. So you'll see us doing it, like I think at some point. So here again, the soldier jumps in, but like my whole team is there to deny, so there's no reason for me to use the Uber.
I noticed you haven't got a heavy here.
Yeah, but like we have a sentry, so it should be fine.
Do you typically only run a heavy then if you really don't have enough time to build up a full sentry? Just have them quickly as like a meat shield.
Yeah, heavy / pyro or both even. It depends like how hard you think you have to commit to it.
Do you think there's like a tier of commitment? Like the highest tier of commitment would be a heavy and a pyro, or?
Yeah, like the absolute like try hard defense would be a pyro, a heavy, and an NG.
Who would you think off class for it? Would it be both the scouts and a soldier, or both soldiers and a scout, or?
Both scouts and the roamer.
Okay, so you want to keep your pocket and demo pretty much all the time? Yeah,
demo all the time. Pocket, like if the pocket for some reason wants to off class, I guess that's fine. But like you want to keep your demo on demo at all times.
Do you think that is most of the time then? If you want to off class to a sniper, is it normally the scout that you send off, or do you think normally the roamer?
You can do scout or roamer. Like it really depends as well who is your better sniper, I guess.
Okay, so it's more important on the actual player themselves rather than the class they play. Oh my god.
Yeah. So here again, I trust my team to kill up the scout.
That was heavy trust.
Yeah, but like you saw before, they tried to play point again, but because they already did it, we're quite ready for it. You
knew that they were going to push through eventually with a scout like that.
We get 3 picks. Like this was a good occasion to push out, but we decide to just pack the bus again.
Do you think it's a better idea if you wanted to push out? It would only really be to further your lead and make it even harder for them to win. You could still win if you held this forever.
So like if, for example, you're in this situation but you're not very confident in holding last itself, you can try and push out definitely on 3 picks, as well on 2 picks.
Oh, you fell down here.
Yeah, here I got juggled down. So we use the battalions because we're expecting a repush on top left. Okay. But they don't.
So did you think they were trying to use that Uber as like a distraction to get you to use yours and then just push out?
Well, basically what a lot of teams do is basically they exchange Ubers on top right, and then they repush without off Ubers on top left and see if you can surprise you or get a pick. And they just work off of that then.
Okay, and I've noticed you still got the sentry up on the behind. I don't know if it's... How much has it been doing so far? Has it done knockback? How far can it see?
It's actually done a lot of a pretty good job, because you see again, like, now it just does damage to the people top left, so they can't, like, push up even if they got the pick.
It makes it a lot harder for them just to push on last to free and do chip damage.
Of course, it, like, depends how your team plays. Like, because of how we play, the sentry behind the point is quite useful, but some teams might prefer it on top left or top right. Like, it's really just...
personal preference thing.
Yeah, personal preference, really.
Okay, then. Is there anything you're waiting for? Is it still just for them to lose a lot of players and their Uber and for you to have an advantage?
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're waiting for them to... Because very soon they'll have to full commit if
There's
they
only
want to
5
win.
minutes left.
Yeah.
What's like the fastest way you can cap? If you win mid, roll last. Is that a what minute push?
Yeah. If you win mid, like wipe on mid, wipe the enemy team on mid, and roll last immediately. Like start spawn camping already as well on last.
Yeah.
Like if you're quite fast, you can do that and can just completely deny the round for the enemies.
What's the fastest point that could be though?
Like
roughly, is it like a minute?
Well, it's like time-wise, it's like 1 minute 10 seconds.
So you reckon with 5 minutes left, it's really unlikely they could cap 3 times. They'd have to roll each mid.
Yeah. And like break a defense on last, that's like not super easy. Like at least right now, they'd have to break this defense, which is like quite good.
Yeah, so you reckon if you were to somehow lose this quickly, you'd be on the next round, if you lost mid, you just turtle on last for as long as you can with like a heavy and an engine and stuff?
We'll definitely like fight the mid, because if we win the mid...
If you win the mid, then you can cap again, maybe.
Yeah, it's just GG if we win the mid. Like here again, they take a trade.
They have a spy in your sentry, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, something you can, like a scout can do a lot is like when a player goes for a sacrifice, you can go to spawn and go through like the 3D loadouts to see if they have any off classes.
Oh yeah, because if most people don't just wear the stock loadouts. If they have a sniper, they tend to have like a strange sniper rifle or a hat or something.
So you check for a sniper, and if you see like a hat or like a strange sniper rifle, you know they'll run. Yeah, and it works even better on spy, because spy literally relies on the fact that, like in sixes, that people don't expect it most of the times.
You on the red team would have a scout quickly play scout disguised as a spy. Sorry, play spy disguised as a spy just to see if they've got one.
Yeah, exactly. Like just as the other guy spawns, just go into spawn real quick, check, and then go back to scout. Play point. They sacrifice a lot of people here.
What was that scout trying to do? Was he trying to hope that no one would stop him, or was he just trying to get time?
We're just trying to get time to distract us and them getting a force on us. We got 4 picks here, so I'm just healing up people, and we decide to push out here, I think. Or we don't, actually. XD. Just park the bus still.
I mean, it's 3 minutes left.
We do push out at some point. I think it's after the next
push. What's the absolute minimum you've pushed off last, then? If it's like a...
If this was a normal situation...
If it's like a scrim or something, and the winning is more trying to get, trying to develop new strategies and practicing, what's the minimum you push from?
So on 1 pick, we'd like get into lobby and try to work a 2nd pick, and on 2 picks we definitely push out.
Do you just mean picks in general, or does it have to be a demo? Could it just be a scout pick or something?
If it's a demo man, we actually push out on 1 pick as well, or if it's a medic. But like if it's just a scout or a soldier, we're like kind of hesitant to push out.
Because it could just be the difference of someone winning 1 DM battle. It's not like the game changer.
Exactly. So here we have battalions because we pushed up left.
And they've got a sniper.
Yeah. So he can't headshot me because we're in battalions. I'm trying to heal my engineer, but he keeps moving. So here we get a lot of picks.
Oh, you get the sniper?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like 2 players left or something, don't they?
Yeah, we have 5 picks right now. So we decided it's time to push out team.
You can't park the bus any longer. It's 2 minutes 30.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. Like we won already, so like pretty much we won. So we just push out.
Like, if you were on the other team, would you basically at this point just try and play for logs? You think there's not much chance you'd be winning?
Yeah, unless they win. No, there's
no way really.
There's no way they're gonna win this. So yeah, just try to play for logs.
Okay.
Here we're waiting for Uber, and then we'll probably do something, I think.
Because wait, on TF12, don't you get points just for having points?
What? No, you don't.
No? So if you just lose, you lose the map. Sorry, if you lose the map, you lose... they get 3 points.
Yeah, they try to go aggressive here because it's just, last desperation plays, but we just denied the demo man.
Fair enough.
So we got another pick here and then just go forward.
You find yourself using Ubers way more aggressive now?
Yeah, it's simply because it's dead time.
It doesn't really matter, you just wait for the clock to go down.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just... Shit.
Do you ever have someone just off class for a bit of fun on last then?
Yeah, or like we just wait around because we're shitposting in Mumble.
Do you just have people just leave and sit in spawn for the last 2 minutes?
Yeah, this is completely like pointless because there's nothing happening really. Like we don't even use Uber.
There's no point really. They're not attacking you and you've won the game.
Yeah.
You could be buffing your medic logs though.
We're just not trying to spawn camp here, I think even.
If you're alright then, here's a good one. If you're on last and you're trying to, say you are trying to hold them in their spawns, what would you normally do? Would you have like a demo top left, soldier top right or something?
Yeah, I think that the top team, I've only seen like proper spawn camps on like 6s and like the top teams do it. So they have like, say you wipe the enemy in middle, and all of your players, or most of your players, are alive. So they'll keep us one scout who's just gonna cap mid and second, and the rest all go to their last. The demo just holds one door, and the soldiers hold the right door.
Okay, are you gonna get another cap off of here?
Yeah.
Oh, Ignis, fragging big.
Yeah. It's a nasty Andy headshot.
What were the changes from this from regular Badlands?
Basically, the biggest change was basically that on old Badlands, the team that had Spire, so that was attacking last, had super short spawns. So even with 2 picks, it was really, really hard to push out on Badlands last.
So is it mostly a spawn changing thing? Did they change much about the actual map?
Bug fixes, like, it's mostly fixes that Valve never did.
Did they fix stuff like how you can't rocket jump off some walls just because of weird props?
Yeah, or like splash bugs or stuff like that in general.
Did they fix mid? Because normally rockets go through the floor sometimes.
Yeah, they fixed that as well.
So you think it's definitely just objectively better than Badlands then? It should always be played.
Yeah, it's gonna be played in the next TF12 season because it's just simply better.
Okay. Was there any issues you had with it?
I mean, like the...
Was there anything you didn't like about the changes, or were they all good in your mind? Or do you think there's anything they could have improved more on?
There's definitely things they could have improved more on, but all the changes that came in are pretty, like...
You just think it's more fun
positive.
overall then?
Yeah, it's just better because now you can actually push out. Like there's like a meme that you literally can't push out of Badlands last.
Yeah.
So now it's actually doable. So it's just more enjoyable to play.
Fair enough then. Okay. Thank you very much, Menty. Is there anywhere we can find you? I'm asking you for your connection details and stuff.
I don't know. I guess.
Do you stream?
I stream sometimes. Yes.
Stream your Premiership medic officials.
I mostly scrims and pugs, but I also play medic in them. So I guess you can see me playing medic there.
And where's that?
Oh.
What's your Twitch page, Menty?
It's just where'd I put it, bro?
Thank you anyway. Thank you very, very much for coming and doing this with me. I think it's been quite helpful. What is your Twitch link though? Is it just twitch.tv/Menty?
Mentalex.
Twitch.tv/Mentalex. There you go. If you want to watch very, very good medic play very, very good sixes, go watch him on Twitch. But that will be all for today. Thank you all very much. And if you like Mentalex, you should post a pun Oko in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, just a little pun.
A little pun Oko. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.